What's going on, guys? This is Rampant Marcel back in another video. As you can see, today we're back on the mat because I'll be showcasing a couple combos from my P.U.N.K adventure deck that I played this past weekend at regionals in Columbus. So without further, we're gonna get started. We're gonna be doing 3 combos today and maybe 1 or 2 test hands. So starting off is basically a simple combo of just Immersive Teleport and 2 discards. That's why I put them face down, they do not matter. So start with Immersive Teleport. Summon from a deck are Xiamen. Xiamen will trigger. We will pay 6 for the trigger to add Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune effect, pitch yourself and send 1 card from your hand to graveyard. To special from deck, our Deer Note. From here, we will go ahead and sink 8 for our Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler 1, Deer Note 2, targeting Xiamen. Now here, this should be something that a lot of people are familiar with as far as the standard and simple P.U.N.K combo. We will summon out the Xiamen and then we'll mill 5. The 5 don't really matter, but maybe you might hit something that's like worth your time. Like see, now we have Word Enchantress because remember we have not normal summoned or anything at all, and you have 3 other cards in hand, including this one right here that's face down. So we'll just say we didn't get anything off of that. That's fine. Then we'll go ahead and link these 2 away for our P.U.N.K Fibrax. P.U.N.K Fibrax will then trigger to summon out our Jet Synchron. And now we'll link away the Jet Synchron for our Linkuriboh. Then we use Jet Synchron's effect, pitching this card in hand for Jet Synchron and Grave. Then we'll go ahead and link these 2 away for our Dacta. Well, it's supposed to be banished, my apologies. But there's also a little line where you can actually just go for your Archery and Abyss from this direction or from this point. But if you just know you cipher basic to lock your opponent up, you go ahead and go for it. So now on your opponent's turn, they do an action in main phase. You'll trigger your P.U.N.K Fibrax, chain Dacta. Dacta would set the Scythe. P.U.N.K Fibrax will then summon out your Wonder Mission. Wonder Mission effect will then target the Scythe, popping Scythe, Scythe for trigger, summon it back out, Scythe effect, and then you can go ahead and chain your Wonder Mission effect. Or if you go Scythe and they try to chain maybe an infinite permanent, you can still chain to protect the Scythe, because now you're gonna go ahead and sink those 2 away for your Baron. So basically off of Immersive Teleport and 2 discards, you get an Omni Negate plus Scythe Lock. And then next turn you have so much follow up as far as you still have the Chaos Ruler in Grave. You have the Water Enchantress. In standby phase, you could get rid of the Baron or take the Baron, put the Baron back to actually get any more. Eventually, you can go back into your Xiamen to get another Foxy Tune, just go from there and play the game. So there's so much you can just do with simply that. So now we'll go ahead and move on to combo number 2. All right, guys, combo number 2. This is a 2.5er. This one is probably the best combo the deck can actually generate that I know of right now. Like I said, everything's a work in progress, but it's, like I said, it's a really fun deck to play, and this is going to show you why. These don't necessarily have to be these cards. This can also be a Water Enchantress, obviously. And then you also have Small World to search out whatever you may need as far as monsters, whether it could be like the Immersive Teleport plus Small World or Small World plus Right. Either way, it will still get you to the combo. So here we start with the Right. Summon out token and get our Faithful Adventure. Then from here, we'll activate E-Telly to get out our Xiamen. This will trigger our Faithful to then search for our Draco back, and then we'll do Faithful again to get our Wonder Griffin Rider, Draco back equipped, special the Griffin Rider. Now here we can pay 6 because we're safe. Search for Foxy Tune, pitch yourself, and a random card in hand for Deer Note. So now it's starting to look familiar. We just now basically have protection for the combo. So now we'll go ahead and sync these two away for our Chaos Ruler. Ruler 1, Deer Note 2. Target is Yaman. Send back out this Yaman, and then we're gonna just mill 5 from the top of the deck. Doesn't really matter. See, the Jet would have been pretty good. Ogre is pretty solid. Fickler is pretty good. DD Crow. Well, we can know all the good stuff. So in this case, we can actually add 1 back to hand other than Jet Seek Run, obviously. So in this case, you probably can go get Foxy Tunes and search out the Yaman next turn, or you want to get more disruptions, you can do that, or you can just special out the Yaman with Foxy Tune next turn. So that's really good. But we're gonna say those don't matter right now. And then we're gonna turn these two into P.U.N.K again. But instead of going into Jet, we're instead going to summon out Red Rose. That's where it gets pretty good. So now we'll sync for 10. That Baron is coming out a turn sooner. This will trigger Red Rose to summon out Rox Rose. Then Rox Rose effect will then search for your big Rose Shoot. And now here, you can sync these away for Yazi. And then here, we'll do Baron's effect, popping the Yazi. Yazi would trigger to summon out Mirror. Put Mirror right here. So now we will trigger Mirror, summon a token. That's 1 time, so now it's a level 6. Summon another token. That's 2 times, so now it's a level 5. Link for Linkuriboh. And then turn these two into a Dagda. And then you'll trigger the Mirror 1 more time, also triggering the Dagda, which will get you the Scythe. So I'll put that face up right here so you guys know it's there. So now this is a level 4. You have a Dagda sitting here and you have this level 3. Well, it's level 1, excuse me. So now here you can go Rose Shoot to summon back out one of your Rose Dragons and turn these two into a Herald. All right, cool. So that's basically just another Omni Negate, and it protects you from Droplet as well while it's on the board. Now from here, you can pass turn, and you still have the Scythe set up as well from the P.U.N.K Fibrax. But the thing is though, what makes this one pretty dope is you'd never normal summoned. So if you normal summoned, let's say for example, you just summoned out a random body. Let's see if we can find one real quick. So let's just say, for example, you had an extra Water Enchantress or whatever. You can summon that body out as well, and then turn these into an app. So if you normal summoned on top of this combo, which you remember in this combo you never normal summoned, you will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disruptions, well, negations, as well as a disruption off of the Scythe lock. But let's just say, for example, for the sake of the combo that we're talking about at hand, let's just say you never actually got that far with that. That's fine. These can just sit here for next turn. It's no big deal. Because keep in mind, this is a 4, and it can do this again, making 3 tokens on the next turn as well. The dagger will be fine. It's just in here as well. Because on your opponent's turn, you can still just do P.U.N.K Fibrax banished to get your 1 rendition. But make sure you put up here though, if you don't have the space to get rid of these. This will trigger popping the Scythe. Scythe will come back. Scythe effect, chain our 1 mission. This time, yes, we're not going into our Baron, but it's okay. We still have our Supreme Sovereign. Because now this turns into disruption basically, and you're basically getting plushes off of every card that's banished now. Because now when a card is banished, you can simply banish a card on your opponent's field as well as one in their graveyard. But this also is a point where if you had level 3 to normal summon, you could have turned the Mirror and level 3 into Shooting Riser dumping the Snow, and then you would be able to use Snow as a disruption as well as have the Supreme Sovereign. But like I said, there's so many ways you can go with this combo and with this deck. It's nowhere near linear as people might believe. So now, moving on to combo number 3. All right, guys, starting off with combo number 3. Pretty simple 2-card combo with Red Rose plus Right. This will kind of explain why this card is at 1. So we'll start off with Right. Go ahead and get our token and get Faithful Adventure. From here, we can now normal summon the red rose that will trigger the faithful to add our Draco back. And then we can trigger the faithful adventure again to get our wonder, pitch, equipped. Then we'll go ahead and summon out our griffin. Cool. And now we can go ahead and synchro summon these two away for our Baron. This will then trigger your red rose effect engrave to summon out Rock's Rose effect to add your Basil Rose shoot. So now you can turn these two into your Yazi. And it's starting to look familiar where you're just basically doing this without Hauke Fabrics or the extra plays from P.U.N.K. Because P.U.N.K just basically helps you generate more advantage from the combo. So now you would do Baron, pop in the Yazi effect to summon out the Mare. Now Mare is going to unfortunately do most of the work here. So now we'll do Mare to go ahead and summon out a token. We'll turn that token immediately into a Link Karibo. Token again. Then turn these two into a Dagda. Then we'll trigger Mare one more time, chain Dagda. So there's a token, there's Scythe. Now from here you have options. You could try to go into a Arclight from here. You could turn these two, this plus the Rose Dragon Engrave into an Arclight, or you could turn these two into a Shooting Riser Dragon. Or if you had a card in hand, a normal summon on top of what you already have, you'll be able to go into Hauke Fabrics plus an Arclight. Like there's so many lines or so many plays you can do depending on what you have in hand. But we'll just say what we have is what we have right now. So we'll keep this in hand and turn these two into our Hauke Fabrics. The Hauke Fabrics will trigger to then summon out our Jet that I totally forgot to put in the pile. Because now from here, you either can turn this into a Link Karibo to protect your Hauke Fabrics from somebody going straight into battle, or you can simply do this play where you basically use the Rose Shoot to bring back out the Rock's Rose or Red Rose, and then you would turn the Rocks, the Jets, and the Dagda into a 3 negate app. Now on your opponent's turn, you have the 3 negations or disruptions from app, the 1 negate from Baron. Hauke Fabrics will still trigger in your opponent's main phase after they do an action to still get your Wonder. Wonder will then target your Scythe, popping Scythe effect. You're basically protected from Call by the Grave, DD Crow, etc. right now. Scythe trigger, chain Wonder into good old rinse and repeat Sovereign. So basically, off of that 2-card combo, well, yeah, 2-card combo, you will get basically 4 negates plus the Scythe block and another disruption off of the Supreme Sovereign. So now we'll do a test hand or two. All right, guys, we're back, and now we're moving on to test hands. As you can see, I'm going to shuffle right in front of you guys. Just pray to God that we don't get really bad hands, because like this has been through a deck profile, combo tutorials, and everything today. So Lord knows what's in here. Like I said, this is a really fun deck. It's not as linear as many people believe or Helmet. It's just basically use your brain, do the right plays. If you don't do the right plays, you basically lose. And then with people already knowing what your deck does, it kind of makes it even more so where you have to know your combos and know your lines. Because now Dragon Link ain't the only deck that can do break my board. So we're gonna get a couple shuffles in here. Try to do a few, because I'm prone to shuffling a lot. Let me make the last one right here. We'll cut it. 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. Now, starting 5, E-Telly, Water Enchantress, Ogre, Snow, and Wielder. This is actually pretty good. The thing is, we're not even going to have to use all of this. There's going to be a lot of follow-up from this combo. So basically right here, these two already alone just are combo. So what we're going to do is we're going to trigger the Water Enchantress to search for right. Or in this case, if you wanted to, you could also just do try to bait your opponent with E-Telly if you wanted to, and save the Water Enchantress in case you fear that they might try to stop your play. And it all depends on what you feel is more important. Which in this case, I prioritize my P.U.N.K engine and combo over the actual Brave stuff, because now I know I can actually keep playing with my P.U.N.K stuff despite what happens with this right here. So now we'll do right, get the token, get the Faithful. Now we'll go E-Telly. That will get us our Diamond, trigger Faithful to get our Draco back. Then trigger Faithful again to search out our Wonder Griffin. And pitching the Draco back. Draco back would then trigger to then summon stuff back out. So now from here, you can summon out the Griffin. And you also, if you wanted to, you could summon out the Wielder for free here because you have level 3. But I don't want to sit here and throw more into the combo than we necessarily have to. So from here, we'll pay 6. Search for a Foxy-Tune. Then we can go ahead and do Foxy-Tune's effect, pitching self and the Snow in hand. To get our Deer Note. But yeah, because I was opening Snow and basically opening up the nuts here, we're about to have a crazy board full of disruptions on our opponent's turn. So now we're going to go ahead and sink those two away for our Chaos Ruler. We're going to do Ruler 1 and Deer Note 2, targeting Xiamen. There we go. Then go ahead and mill. Wait, excavate rather. Oh, this is fine. We'll just get Foxy-Tune for next turn as well on top of our Ogre Dance. That's good. And if you guys have noticed, you can see the line where it's like if they stop you at certain points now, you still have extenders to actually keep playing. So like if they stopped you from milling or stopped you from getting back the Xiamen, you would still have the Wielder to summon out to just basically extend from there. Or you can even Ogre Dance to search for another Xiamen or whatever the case may be to keep your plays going. So you're fine here at this point. So now we can go ahead and link for P.U.N.K Firebrax. P.U.N.K Firebrax effect to get our red rose. Cool. Then from here, we can turn these two into our Baron. And then that would trigger the red rose to summon out the rocks rose. Just get in here while I search through this stack of 50 cards. Red rose would then trigger, well, rocks rose would then trigger to get our Basil Rose shoot. turn these two into a Yazi. Baron effect, pop the Yazi. Yazi will trigger. Summoning out the Mare. And then you notice your Dagda line here. So Mare token, peace out token. Link Rebo, drain another token. Peace out these two into Dagda. And then trigger one more time for last token to get Dagda's effect to also trigger to set your scythe. Keep in mind, you don't necessarily have to do this. There are lines you can go without necessarily doing the scythe block. You can also, like I said, do Shooting Riser to dump a Snow or a Water Enchantress to graveyard. There's a line where you can simply just go into your Kyra Dragon Archfiend Abyss with the Baron, or you just set up like a couple of negates instead of actually going for Dagda and stuff like that. It's just basically we're getting the most bang for our buck with this one. All right, so now we got the token, we got the scythe. We can then turn, well, not turn anything right now. We're gonna do basic roll shoot first to get out our rocks. And then we'll go ahead and do link not link, excuse me, sync into our Herald. And since we haven't normal summoned yet, we can normal summon. Turn these into our app for 3. So now we still have follow-up through the Foxy Tune, the Ogre Dance, as well as the Chaos Ruler in graveyard. We have Snow in grave. So on our opponent's turn, when they activate anything in main phase, we can go ahead and do Alki Firebrax. Summon out Wonder targeting the face down, it's Scythe effect. Summon back out, trigger Scythe effect. Turn those into your Sovereign. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 disruptions, plus 7 because remember Snow, because you can trigger. So you basically trigger this whenever you want to, and that's how you basically get the nuts with this deck.
Hi guys, it's Bunny from Team Arsenal. As always, thank you for watching our videos, and always remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.